Video 5. Okay, so how they try to sow division between the Muslims and the Brotherhood, between the Brotherhood of Muslims and Jews and Muslims. And I say Jews and Muslims first because the Jews uh, um, are Prophet Muhammad came after Prophet Musa, right? Okay, mashallah, subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, so, and I'll say alayhi salam to Prophet Musa and alayhi salam to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay, alayhi salam means peace be upon them. Okay, so anyway, and anytime you mention a prophet's name, you're supposed to say peace be upon them, right? Just like when you mention a person who's transcended already, you say, may they rest in peace. Okay, it's respect. Okay, for those who have transcended. Anyway, so how they try to sow seed. When they did the Holocaust, because the Holocaust was used to, to initiate the occupation of Palestine, right, the Holy Land. And the Holy Land was to be the head of all Al-Kibulan, the head of all humanity, right? It was to be the head of all humanity. And they're waiting for their Antichrist leader to come, which he's already here. Their Antichrist is already present. And that's why Netanyahu is moving so fast to try to take over and create ethnic cleansing in Palestine. And believe me, Hebrew Israelites, and believe me, Al-Kibulan, people of Al-Kibulan, they are coming for you too. They are coming for you too. Because they want to have the white head and the black body. That to them is divinity. Absolute power, the black and white, right? The living and the dead, right? And they want to do it from where? From Jerusalem, right? That to be the capital, because that's a vortex, right? Represent the black holiest of holies, right? Representing the head of Ra, the head of the constellations, right? Representing the head of the constellations, representing Aries, Uzrael, Osiris, Ra Adam, Ramadan, right? That's what they want to do. And because Aries represents the door, right, through which all the planets come through to get resurrected. That's the door all the planets go through to be resurrected, to be re-energized. All humanity goes through that door. There's only one door coming in this world and one door coming out. One way in and one way out. There's no two ways about it. That's why the prophet said, to get to the Father, you got to go through me. He represented the door. He represented Aries. He represented Ra. And the Father represents the celestial energy, the source. So in order to get to the source, you got to go through the door. And to go through the door, you got to be born again. Crown chakra open. But what does it mean? Resurrected. What does resurrected mean? It means born again as in going by way of the sun through the springtime. What does the springtime represent? The rebirth of the sun. Spring equinox. That's what it means, born again. Going through the equinox. Being re-energized. After the sun was what? Cut off in what? At Capricorn. Not the vernal equinox, but the solstice, the winter solstice. Right? Where the sun stands still for 3 days. Like dead. They call that dead. But the sun stands still at the solstice at 3 days. Winter solstice for 3 days. And then it goes back, begins to, continue to proceed, to move forward on the 3rd day, right? Which is the 24th, right? Or the 25th, right? It's the 25th, so 21st. Yeah, the 21st, it starts as equinox, spring solstice, winter solstice. So the 21st, 24th, by the 24th, right? 21st, 22nd, 23rd, right? Okay, so the 23rd, it moves again, right? The sun moves again, and then you have Christmas Eve, right? And the rebirth of the sun, right? It's not really the rebirth, but it's the movement of the sun. It comes back alive, right? It starts to move again towards life, right? Towards the spring equinox where it's regenerated, right? Reborn, born again, went through the door, the equinox, the spring equinox. That's rebirth. and all humanity goes. And rebirth is to get re-energized. Those who do not, that's why I said you pass your final exam. When this eclipse that we just went through, oh my gosh, that was so powerful. Symbolic of a wedding. Because you see the wedding ring. That's what the eclipse represents, the marriage ceremony, right? The union between the sun, the moon, and the communion and Allah, right? Now, so, and the equinox always occurs at the hands of the moon, right? Because the moon is what turns the wheel, right? As it relates to the nodes, right? It turns the celestial wheel, and only the moon can drive the wheel, right? Okay, so can turn the wheel, right? Only she has her hands on the moon, represent the moon, right? Only her hands are on the moon, right? Telling, guiding humanity, which way to go, right? And who's at the south node right now? Netanyahu. And what do you got at the south node? War, right? He's declared war, right? On humanity. It makes you think it's Hamas. It ain't Hamas. It's the world he's declared war on, right? Trying to ethnically cleanse it because he knows the beast fell on, when did he fall? He fell the 8, what was that? August 8th. He fell August 8th, 2023, when they murdered, when Tafari Campbell was a sacrifice, right? Okay, because the asteroid fell from that constellation in Leo, 8/8. I mean August 8th, 2023, right? It fell from what? The Kuiper Belt, right? And it's the same asteroid that was seen, that fell, that was past Earth, the Passover. That was the Passover, right? That asteroid, that's the same asteroid that fell August 8th, right? Okay, so anyway, that's why they called it the Devil's Comet. Okay, but anyway, so he's trying to, he was kicked out of the heavens, right? And he fell to earth, and that's why they really went to war under the guise of Hamas. No, they're trying to make a spot for their beastly believer, and that's why they want to sacrifice a red heifer, right? And the red heifer is their golden meir. It's already been taken out by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Their sacrifice is going to be seen like Cain's sacrifice. It's not going to be accepted. It's only going to bring persecution upon them. But let me tell you this: if this continues, the genocide in Palestine is going to be out. The world has experienced that too. So you better stop them damn beasts in the Holy Land from what they're doing. You better stop them, mashallah. Now, anyway, so where was I at with that? Okay, so anyway, where did I go? I don't want to just be rambling. Where was I at? Okay, so okay, the door. Okay, so now. Okay, so when they had the eclipse, right? The eclipse blocked out that negative spirit that's been trying to get in since the beginning of time. The moon, that's why he persecutes the woman. The moon blocks this shit out, right? Okay, now, so as I said, there's only one door to go through, right? Okay, now, so this eclipse that passed starts the new 50,000 celestial year cycle, right? Okay. And so, in starting the 50-year celestial cycle, that means, okay, all energy has been shut off. From man, from plants, from everything. But plants are, all Allah's creations are Muslim. The birds, the bees, the flowers, the trees, everything is Muslim. Right? Everything is Muslim. So everything, the trees worship Islam, Allah. The birds worship Allah. Everything worships Allah in its own form, right? Man also is supposed to worship Allah. That's where they get their energy, right? Their life force, right? They go to source, right? Through the sun, right? The door, right? The equinox, right? All humanity goes through experiences the equinox, right? Okay, so and they get reborn. Now it was automatic, right? Like Adam, when he was in Jannah, right? It was automatic. But when he failed, when his consciousness failed, right, after engaging with the beast, right, and creating that primordial soup that had already been organized by Allah, the atomic structure, right? Now he no longer grace, right? So man is not no longer under the grace of Allah. So just by going through the equinox, he's not going to pick up energy. No. Life is not going to be reborn. No, not at all. What's going to happen is he has to earn it. Now he has to earn a living, just like a child when they grow up and they become of age. If their family's not wealthy, independent, and they're not, living off their family generational wealth, they got to find a way to earn it, right? So, man, those who did not pass the test, when I said final exam, those who did not take the test, and those who did not pass the test, right? Because if you took the test, you're going to pass because you're going to try. So you're going to get rewarded for that. So those who failed to take the test, they're going to have to earn it. And they're going to have to work their ass off hard, right? And they got to be willing to do it, first of all, to even, to take the test. They got to be willing, right? Because free will. But so just going through the equinox, you're not going to get the energy. So as I said, there's going to be a lot of people who transcend. There's going to be a lot, I imagine. And you better get away from the bastardized Christianity. And I'm not just saying that to be disrespectful, not at all. I mean it in the sense that it's not connected to Allah, right? Just like a bastard child who's born out of wedlock, they're not legally connected to that man, right? As his, as they would say, recognized by a union between him and his wife, right? Okay. So anyway, and now, so they're gonna have to earn it. Even the bastards are gonna have to earn it, okay? Because a lot of us are bastards, myself included, and that ain't no damn lie. I'm a bastard. So I'm not insulting myself by saying that I'm a bastard. So I'm not insulting Christianity. It's a reality of the fact, right? Many people are bastards. But they have to earn their accreditation with Allah, right? Okay, so anyway, now, okay, so when they go through the sun, when they go through the spring equinox, they're not going to pick it up. They're going to have to pray. They're going to earn that celestial energy. Because the old sun, the old energy has been cut off. And so the people will be on residual energy, right? And you'll see people will get tired and tired and tired, and their energy won't be, they'll be saying, oh, they get tired, but their energy used to regenerate itself, now it don't. So they're just going to get tired and tired and tired, and their energy is not going to regenerate, okay? So, so the new door, right? The new door, is, let's say, that is the energy. That is the one, the new door dispenses the energy, right? Just like the prophet born of a virgin said, he's the way, the truth, and the light, right? Got to go through the Father to get to him, got to go to get to source, right? Well, when the prophet born, the second coming, right? It's going to be the same way. It's the same way. It is the same way. Got to go through him. Not so much as pray to him, not so much as worship him, but as in going through him, as in following Islam. Following Islam that's how you be connected to Allah. That's how you get through the door. That's how you get to source. You get through the door by worshiping no other God but Allah. You get through the door and you get to source. Your source is your sustenance. That's your celestial energy. And so, again, that's why, imagine, being born, forced to embrace Christianity. Being forced to accept Christianity. Now, and being a Christian, one cannot get through the door. So one's condemned, doomed. Now, Allah had mercy before, right? Let's say on Hebrew Israelites who said they were Christians, and Westerners who said they were Christian. He had mercy because you didn't know. But now it's all over the news. It's all over, alternative media. I mean, your neighbors tell you. Everybody should know by now. So it's no longer a secret, So therefore, why would there be any grace? Grace is over. There is no excuse for not knowing and not accepting unless you don't want to. And nobody can force you. And whether you accept or not, you still have to be respected. You still must be honored. You still must be respected. You still must be loved. You still must be appreciated as Allah's divine creation. Whether you choose to accept or not, that's your choice. That's your freedom of choice.